All right, so most people always ask us, what is the best airsoft pistol? Now, back about 5-6 years ago, Elite Force came out with their KWC 1911. And since then, that's kind of been a very great starter pistol. It's metal, it kicks well, it's CO2, so it can be used in all types of environments. But today we're going to go over all the different Elite Force 1911s, including the newest version, which is the Legacy 1911, which is a special edition of their original model. So follow me today as we go through each one. So this was actually came out with the original, which was the black and tan, which I'll get to soon. But this 1911 is the A1 version. The A1 version is very basic. Based on the original 1911, you only have a single safety right here. You have no slide rail. You have no slide rail on the bottom, and you get this chrome barrel. Now, why everyone likes these 1911s, threaded barrel, and all the models actually come with it. This is the least expensive, but again, it has the least amount of kind of features to it, even though it functions the same as everything else. Different serrations here, a slightly different beaver tail. Ultimately, just basic. And that's sometimes all you need, basic. When this one came out, the next one that came out was the Desert Tan TAC. Now, everything airsoft that's tactical is tan, okay? Whenever TAC is in the name, it's usually tan. You still got the same threaded barrel, except this one is black. You got this two-tone design. You got a rail on the bottom. You also got a little bit different trigger. The A1 was a solid trigger where the TAC has these little speed holes in them. You got a little different color on the grip, even though it's pretty similar. Different back strap, different beaver tail, and then an ambidextrous safety, and a different slide serrations here. So this one is a little bit more expensive, but all they did was change the exterior features of this slightly. Now this was the OG, okay? These two were the original. Then Elite Force says, well, if you make it in tan, why don't we make it in black? So they went to black, and then they said, well, we can't make this look the same as the tan version. So they took everything the same as the tan version, except they changed the grips to these kind of like golf ball style grips. Everything else is the same as the tan version, except for these golf ball grips. Then they said, that's not enough colors. So then they said, we need more color. So they created this 1911 TAC that is a silver with this kind of machined surface here. Now, all of this is pretty much the exact same thing as both the tan and the black. What do you think they did to make it different? They changed the grip, okay? So this one is a more traditional to the 1911 TAC Desert, except it has these two little diamond cuts right here. Other than that, everything is the same as the black version and the tan version. Grips change lives. Change color, change grips. No one will notice and they'll think it's different. One of the other things that I forgot to mention on the difference between these TACs and the 1911 A1s was the pistol lanyard loop, and the sights are a little different and a little bit more tactical or non-traditional on the sights. So there's a great history of these. These things shoot well. They have 14-round magazines. They came out with 27-round magazines. Really inexpensive. They have parts kits so that if you wear the heck out of these things, you can rebuild these things. They are workhorses. But Elite Force wasn't done. They wanted to do a limited edition run to kind of go over and homologate the last 5 years. So they recently came out with these Elite Force TACs that are limited edition. Now, what do you get with a limited edition? Well, Elite Force actually did a limited edition version of the 1911 maybe 3-4 years ago. What they did is they took an Elite Force TAC and weathered it, and they created this ported slide on top of that. So it was a ported slide. The only difference was a ported slide, and it was like weathered, so it had like scratches on it and everything like that. Well, one of the flaws to that was the slide used to crack because of all the ports. They've recently, on this newest version, the Elite Force 1911 Legacy, have changed the materials and the cuts to make sure that that doesn't happen, that the front of this doesn't fall off. Now, everything is exactly the same as the 1911 TAC. And in the Desert version, you have the same grips, same frame, same triggers, same beaver tail, except they swap out the 14-round magazine with an extended 27-round magazine. You get a limited edition patch because that shows that you're, cool. And you get this really, really cool cut ported slide. Now you have the 2 ports, one on each side of the gun, and then you have the top port. Now we're gonna go test these outside and see, does the ports actually matter? Does it make it lighter? Does it shoot faster with these ports, or is it just aesthetic? Does it just look cool? Again, with Airsoft, looks are about 90% of everything. So let's say if it doesn't shoot faster, it still looks really, really cool. But let's go test it out and see if it actually matters.
Where'd he go?
I guess.
Whoa! There you go.
No, high quality balloons. Let's go test these out. Lock and loaded. So, might as well use the same color. Oh shit. Right over there. Wait, we're not gonna shoot. No. We're gonna take the most fairest comparison, okay? Same color. One ported, one not ported. Weight, let's actually find that out. Okay. I'm not putting cheese balls. Okay, ready?
105. Ooh.
They're the same. All right, so we looked. They're exactly the same weight. Makes no sense. This one has more cuts. Should be lighter. It's not. You know what that does? It makes me confused. And upset. All right, let's go look. Are they over there somewhere? All right. Let's shoot good old classic. Let's just see how this shoots. We're gonna use an extended mag for both. Why not?
Okay.
There we go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a good test. Let's go test out the ported cylinder. All right, ported. Ooh, it actually clicks better. It's made out of magic leprechaun. 4th of July. Oh, is it? Is that the 4th of July? Is that the Irish's 4th of July? All right, so let's see real quick. Okay, not so much. Ooh. Initial impressions, no difference. Except this one kicks a little less, I think mainly due to the weight being a little less. So is it that much different? No. Does it look cooler? Yes. So buy this one. And you can buy it at mirtactical.com. What Airsoft BBs should I get? Well, Airsoft BBs come in many different weights, but also in many different qualities. BBs such as Game Face, Crossman are of poor quality, and what you want to look for is white, seamless, polished BBs, like these Elite Force or HPA BBs. These BBs are of high quality that won't jam your high precision airsoft rifle. Now, if you're starting out, we recommend either 20s for basic rifles or 28s for higher end $300 plus rifles. You need tracers? Well, tracer BBs are types of BBs that light up with a flash of UV light. You're gonna need a tracer unit though, but the great news is you can find all these BBs at mirtactical.com.